Okay, it's happening. It's happening. Hey, I'm Eric. Happy Sunday morning. I'm making a game. It's called the Godkiller. Um, it's a 3D top-down puzzle-solving adventure game, and I've been doing it for 268 days straight. So there's a little counter up here, 268. That means that every day I did not just some work, but I made some progress on it. That's my friend the train. So let me give a quick demo of where I'm at now. So this thing that I'm going to show you is the level selector for the player to use to go back to any level they've previously visited. So if you look like straight down or straight ahead, you are seeing a thumbnail that could be selected that you could go to. And the control you have is just to go up or down, up or down. And there could be a big long line of these. I did some tests with, like over 100 of these things. I might just throw that back in so I can demo that so we can show what that looks like. But more recently I added a few things. I added kind of a asynchronous loading for the thumbnails that show up here. So if there's just a ton of thumbnails to show, like 100 different levels, they'll load in asynchronously. I didn't do anything too clever yet with the order that they're loaded. To be honest, I haven't seen that they're going to take that long to load. So I don't know if I have to do anything clever yet. I don't want to optimize that before I have to. I'll wait until I have a large number of thumbnails to see what that's like. I added in just some more control type stuff to really a lot of tiny refinements to the physics. If you are going faster, when you move around, it raises your viewpoint up so that you can see more. I'll show that better in a moment when I add more thumbnails into this to do a better test. I added a saturation filter so that if your thumbnail is not selected, it will be shown in grayscale. That was actually accomplished by just taking all the pixels of the original image and converting them to grayscale one time when the thumbnail loads. I added like a thing where the rotation of the camera is randomly knocked a little bit askew when you either bounce against the bottom or top, or you press the button to move. So it's like each time you click a button, it kind of adds a random skew to the camera. I wanted to have it look not real super clean and symmetrical. I wanted it to feel a little bit rough. That's what that camera knock thing is for. I want it to feel like you've been given a durable toy to play with when you go to this level selector. So let me add in a bunch more thumbs that will help to test out some things as well. So there's the ones that you visited and there's the ones that you have not visited. In fact, let me just take these, paste that. So now I should have, I don't know, like that's probably 120 minus 57, so that's like 70 or so. That's good. That's a good number. So let's see what that looks like. Does this build? Did I introduce any syntax errors? I did not. Okay. So unplay. I also changed it so that the scene is entirely built at runtime. The idea being that you wouldn't have to load in all the geometry right when you start. I don't know if that was a good decision, to be honest. I think ideally the scene is already built, and maybe just the thumbnail images load in at runtime. But right now it's just doing it all at runtime. It's not too bad. See, it came up pretty instantaneously. The thumbnails took a little bit longer to load. Okay. But it did just load like 70 thumbnails just there. Okay, so these are all kind of repeating the same levels again and again, but it's good for just kind of demoing a few things. Okay, so that's the limit of how far north I can go. And there's this little question mark thing up above me to kind of indicate that's a level you haven't gotten to yet. So if I hold down, the camera view kind of goes up. And then towards the end, when I get close to the wall, I start clamping the camera view to go back down towards the floor again. So I think it's a pretty good control system to find a level really quickly. So if I had gone all the way to like level 70 or something, and I wanted to go to like level 10 or the 10th level, well, I can scroll way down. I can slow down every once in a while and check, am I close? Oh, I went past it. Go up a little bit. I'm kind of like looking at each level. Let's see. Oh no, I'm like still way off, so give a little spurt. Well, I went past it again. Okay, come back, and there it is. That's the one I want. You know, it's something like that. It doesn't take long to get to any level inside of what you've already visited. Even if there's like 100 of them, it's no big deal. So you can move fast, you can move slow. So the thing I want to do today is add some sound effects to this. And I was listening to some song and there was a sound effect inside of it. I'm not going to take it from the song, but I will take inspiration from the song. It was just a whoom kind of sound. It was a whoom. So you can kind of picture like maybe every time that a new thumbnail gets a focus, there's a whoom noise. A whoom, 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 whoom. I'm thinking if the time between the last whomp and based on the interval between the last whomp and the next whomp, I can raise the pitch. So I can make it higher or lower based on how frequently the whomp noise is made. I mean how frequently the thumbnail changes. So if I'm doing this, the thumbnail is changing pretty fast. It's like womp 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 womp. Yeah, sometimes it's like womp 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 womp. So I'm gonna try to do that. That thing I do with my mouth, I'm gonna try to do with code. I think I might start by just recording it with my mouth. I can replace it later. So last night I was worried that I would forget the womp sound, so I did record it, but that's not a very good recording. So let's delete that, and let's record again. This is going to be a low quality recording that'll get replaced, but I just want something to try with. Womp, 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 womp.
Wom.
I think I'll leave the P off the end.
Wom. Wom.
Yeah, it's so quiet. That's okay, I know how to make things loud.
Wom. 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 Wom.
That one's okay.
Wom. Wom.
Alright, let me just take this one for now.
Wom. 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 Wom.
See if I can make it like not quite so me sounding. Also, I didn't give it enough of a tail. So, that's the one.
Wom.
Okay. Get rid of that.
Wom.
Okay. Do some reverb on it. I don't know, I might play with this. I could see like maybe I can do enough changes to it actually sounds good and I don't have to think of it as placeholder. I'll try it. So pitch shifter first. Kind of get it out of the human voice range. It's kind of cool. I still am kind of not understanding why it's so freaking quiet. So I've got all the way up to -3 decibels. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think it might have something to do with streaming. Like if I stream, it's going to be more quiet. Okay, let's do some reverb on it. Modulation. Modulation's even more fun. It's interesting. It's so quiet. I don't think it's actually this quiet though, that's the thing. And let me compress it one more time. This should make it super loud. Is it just the speaker on an iMac isn't very loud? Is that all it is? That could be it. Alright, so back to my flanging. Also, when I play the effect, it gets quieter. That means I'll probably have to compress it again. That sounds kind of cool, without being too crazy. Oh. See, that's a little bit smoother. Like, it wouldn't be as annoying to hear the sound repeated again, 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 with something like that applied to it. Okay, so far my favorite is Tonal Sadness. Try some other ones that sounded okay before. That's going to be annoying, I think. That's kind of a simple one. But yeah, Tonal Sadness is the one I'm liking. Let me get rid of the stereo phasing. That would make it go left to right. And I just don't see the point in doing that for a sound effect. I'll play with the delay times here. Weird. Wow, that really changes the sound of it. Is that how it was? No. Feedback. Fucking train. Shut up, train. Shut up. Shut up, train. Shut up. You stupid train. For whatever reason, this modulation rate doesn't seem to do too much. Oops. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's kind of cool too. Okay, I did enough work on this, I'll save it. Cool. Now let me compress it again. actually just hard limit it to -3. Okay, and over here, I don't need quite that long of a tail, so let's go to 0 and delete the rest. Okay, I want to start real quick, so okay, so now save this. Now let's do audio. Okay, audio. New folder. And yeah, Bob. It's more of a WOM. Okay, so I should import. Take the hallway selector, add audio source. Okay, the camera should have an audio listener, I guess. It does already. Okay. Hallway selector, audio source. Let's see, I can give it an audio clip. Okay, so basically if we go to a new selection and return true from here, that should cause the wall to play. Whoa. Now I got turned down because it's playing through the other streaming weirdness. So I've got two places where I can play, and when I played through one computer, it was quiet, and when I played through the other, it's like, whoa, way fucking loud. So I'll turn that down. So thinking about this a little bit. A few things here. So two things I don't like. First thing is it always sounds the same, but I was going to do something already to fix that, which is change the pitch on it so it's based upon the amount of time that has gone by since the last selection. The other thing I don't like is when it's really moving fast, it's just not playing much. And I think that's actually because it's starting over the it's stopping the previously playing audio clip and starting the new audio clip playing. So I can handle this a couple of different ways. That second problem. First way is I could simply not stop the previous warp before I start the next one. That would need me to use play one shot or to create a pool of audio sources. I think I have to create a pool because I think play one shot wouldn't let me change the pitch of the audio clip. So the other way I can do it is I could say that if the frequency is at a certain level, that I stop using individual womps and I use some other alternative sound effect, which is just like the sound of very, 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 very frequent womps, basically. So I'm going womp. So I think I'll work on the first problem first because that'll give me a clue as to how I want to handle the second problem. I'll change the pitch based on frequency. So let's go to the hallway selector and refactor this a little bit. Play. make it a static method, and I'll pass in the audio source. I'll pass in a ref to last play one time, which is going to be a new thing. So let me see. I want first. Let's get the time elapsed. Okay. Then I want some kind of clamping on this elapsed time. I write this code a lot. Let me see if there isn't like a Unity API that already exists for it. Unity clamp float. Yeah. I've written this code way too many times, and I should not have. It was right here for me, already built in. Okay, so let's clamp the elapsed time. FF clamp. Value 0f max, let's say 5 seconds, that might be too long. Let's do 3 seconds. So I'm saying that 3 seconds is kind of like the lowest note that it'll play, or the lowest frequency. Audio source pitch equals, I have no idea how to set this. Audio source pitch. So I think 0 keeps it as is. I think the sound effect that I've got is sort of at the low point. You should say what the unit of the pitch value is. e.g. cents, frequency, hertz, etc. I'm a fan of good documentation. This isn't too bad. I give him 4 stars out of 5. Okay. So I think I'll just have to play with it a little bit. Const float lapsed last play min. So there should be some upper bound of frequency where if it goes faster than that, I'm not going to adjust the pitch any further. So let's say 1/10 of a second. Okay, and then let's say raise pitch max equals, and then I think it is hertz, just going by memory. I think there's something maybe exponential or logarithmic about it too. I can't remember. I'll just try 100 to start with. Okay. So then F to raise pitch max based on elapsed divided by this range here. Pitch equals pitch. I have no idea what it's going to sound like. It's probably going to be fucked up. Okay, so I pitched it too high, but the code basically worked. Okay. So there's some. Let me change this down much lower. The thing I don't get is it should put this down to 0 at some point. Is 0? Okay, let me just verify one thing. If I set pitch to 0, is it just going to play that original sound? That would be good to know. Doesn't do anything with that. See, this is where documentation would help. Let's try 1. Is it a ratio? Is it a ratio? Okay, it might be a ratio. Oh, yeah, I could play with it here too. So if I set this to, but it's going to override the pitch though. All right, let me try it anyways. Yeah, it overrode the pitch. Okay. So if I say 2F, it could be a whole octave. If it could change by a whole octave. Let me test that theory. It would go wow, but it would go up 1 octave. So it'd be like wow. Yep. That's an octave. Okay. So now I'm getting somewhere. So I want this to be, let's say it can go up to 4 octaves. And we're going to do one F plus there. I'm also curious if it speeds it up. It doesn't sound like it was speeding it up. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see if it speeds it up. So I don't like that, like it came to a complete stop and then I think I've got the pitch adjustment reversed. So if I go fast, it starts getting lower. Comes to a slow and then it starts getting high again. So I got it reversed. All right, get in there. So elapsed. Let's just do the ratio. Pitch ratio equals 1 minus this.
one, one,
Okay, I want it to go low faster, so I had this set to a max of 3 seconds. Let's do it 1. And it goes up fast so quick though.
one,
Do I want to restrict the range of the pitch? Does it really sound good when it goes up that high? Let's change that. Suppose I could have made those public setting variables and I could have played with them while the player was going, but I don't know. Just doesn't seem like it takes that long for me to start over.
one,
I don't know how I feel about this. Alright. I think the basic idea of it is good. I stopped liking the sound effect though, and it was a placeholder to begin with. Because I don't want it to sound like someone talking at you. I want it to sound like more of a mechanical thing. So I might go into free sound a bit and just see if I can get a sound I like better. I said I might go into free sound, but let me rephrase that. I will go into free sound right now. What happens if I just put womp? There might be something there. So let me, this one's got attribution. No, I generally don't use attribution ones if the person only has their handle there. 'Cause it's like a legal obligation given to me, which doesn't have a legal name behind it. So as much as I appreciate that person's generosity, I don't really want to use that sound. So these ones, the zeros, I don't mind using with just a handle. This person's got at least a web page. I'll go check that out. No, okay. Loops. Don't like loops. Not for my purposes. So 9 sounds have got that womp. See if I can find some. Bass sound. Wobble. That is something. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let me try it. Wobble. Something like that might not be bad. Okay. And I'm skipping over the ones that aren't zeros. What are you playing? Problem I might have is I might need something more subtle than what most of these are going to be. No. I can kind of see that these things won't work if they look too spiky. That means they've got a high attack to them. That could sound good. Not the whole thing, but just one of them. Huh. See if this person has got a real name. Check out my buddy's espionage novel. Once your brain starts to go wrong, you're screwed. I don't know who this guy is, but I instantly like him. But he doesn't have a full name. He does not have a full name. So I'm not going to use this sound. Not like he's begging people to use this sound. That's too harsh. That sounds pretty cool. Might be too forefront, but anyway. That's kind of nice. It's simple. It's one of the simpler sounds. Less likely to sound annoying when repeated again and again and again and again. Plastic folder. Nah. That wobble is sick. That little in there, that one might actually do it. Alright, I got a bunch of candidates here. Let me go through them again and pick the one most likely to sound good. That one, good chance of working. Thinking maybe if I just took the start of it, I think it's going to be less likely to work, so I'll move this back here. That one just, I'm going to take it out. It's just too much. That one I like a lot. That one doesn't get me excited, but I feel really confident one of those little wolves in the middle would do the job. So let's download this one. Let's download this one. And what's this one? It's going to be too annoying. Let me try these first two first. Okay. Take this one. Let's see, where's this other one? Let's get the little bit out of the middle I want. Maybe one of these. Okay, something like. I don't want to click in there. I suspect the click is coming from this part here. Okay, let me just take a copy of that. Base wobble, we'll call it. That's a really short sample. Just want to see if I can get the click out of it. Okay, this is going to be a nice simple sample. I think it has a high possibility of working. I'm going to take that out. Okay, so let's save it. Okay. Then we go back here, change this to bass wobble. Let me change it again because it was in play mode, and start it up. You know what? It's got to be something simple like that. It can't be like a big complicated sound that plays each time. It's going to be too annoying otherwise. It's already kind of annoying. Or you just bring the volume down a little bit. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I can make it sound a little bit better by adding a bank of audio sources, meaning, or a pool. I mean a pool of them. I already wrote code for this. Anyways, I think this is probably a good place to stop the stream. I'll fiddle with it just a little bit more. Here, I'll do my maximize on play. I'll do my last little demo here. I basically got the sound in that I want. There may be a little more I want to do to refine it. But that's not bad. It's not that musical of a sound, which might be good. I mean, you can hear pitch changes. It sounds a little bit melodic, but it's not so melodic that I couldn't put some music on top of it and worry about harmonizing. The other sound effect I might want is like if you change direction, like something like a kind of a gear shift type of a sound. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna stop the stream. I want to say thank you to all the people that I looked at their stuff, but I'm gonna say specifically thank you to Bays. Is it Bays Boy that I got it from? No, that's not right. I got it from Greek 55555. Greek 555. Just 3 5s. And let's see, this is Flavio Concini. Flavio Concini, thank you very much. And after I post my video, I will link back the use of it in here. But I need to stop this stream so it creates a link that I can, point Flavio back to in case he's interested. Okay, stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping the stream. Stopping it right now.